Betrayed for their service, the Pentagon is demanding thousands of California National Guard veterans pay back their enlistment bonuses a decade after risking their lives on the front lines. Susan Haley is one of the thousands of soldiers being asked to pay back that money. The former Army Master Sergeant joins me now. Thanks so much for coming on the show. Just to tell people a little bit about your story. About 10 years ago, you were given $15,000 as a bonus and incentive in order to go back and put your life on the line again. What happened after that?
Well, in 2012, they came and told me that I had been given more than $15,000, and by a mistake made by Master Sgt. Jaffe and several others, and so therefore I had to pay it back, and I had to pay it back now.
Did you still have that money? What happened to your family as a result?
No, I'm paying it back. They took money out of my paycheck while I was still in the military, and now that I'm retired, they're asking me to pay $650 a month, which is about a quarter of our income.
How has that been on your family? How hard is that?
It's been excruciatingly painful and stressful, and there's a lot of anxiety. We can't even buy nice birthday presents for our kids or do fun things like educational activities for the kids if we can't afford it.
And you come from a family, I understand, that, is it your husband was also in the service and you have other family members as well? Tell us about that. You've given so much to this country in terms of service.
Yes, ma'am. When I enlisted, or when I went to Kosovo in 2003, I had already been in the Army for about 8 years. I went to Kosovo and 3 days after I got married, and then I got back, and then 4 months later my husband went to Afghanistan, and then he got back and went back again and again, and then my son joined the military. He went to Iraq, and then he went to Afghanistan, and that's where he was injured. So there's been a tremendous amount of personal burden on our family, and this is breaking my heart to have to see my family suffer because of this debt.
You have given so much to this country in terms of service, and we thank you for your service. I can hear in your voice how frustrated and upset you are. How does all this make you feel about all of the sacrifices that you have made?
Like, it was kind of like they turned their backs on me and said, oh, thank you for your time and all those years away from your family and multiple separations, but hey, the money is more important to us, and it's not, even though it's not your fault that these mistakes were made, you still have to pay this money back. And I've even asked for a reduction in payments, and they haven't allowed that.
Susan, what would you like to see happen now?
I would like for them to stop. Or at least California should shoulder some of the blame instead of putting it all on the backs of soldiers.
Yeah.
They've taken no responsibility. They want the money back, and they've taken no responsibility for their mistakes. And this is happening to so many other soldiers, and it breaks my heart to see anyone have to suffer like this.
I know, absolutely, Susan. I am so sorry, and we thank you so much for your service and your family's service. This isn't fair. We hope it turns around for you. Thank you for coming on the show and sharing your story so that people can see the faces of the families that this is happening to. Thank you.